you would think this would be TV gold to get out there and mock Claudine Gay and Liz McGill and the other gal from MIT, Sally, who was also a nightmare. She's kind of escaping a lot of notice. They went the other way. It wasn't, the skit this past Saturday wasn't about mocking the absurdity of their cold, thoughtless, emotionless responses. It was all about Elise Stefanik. Watch this.
Now, I'm going to start screaming questions at these women like I'm Billy Eichner. Anti-Semitism, yay or nay?
I'm sorry, what?
Yes or no is calling for the genocide of Jews against the code of conduct for Harvard.
Well, it depends on the context.
You pen lady. Same question, yes or no?
Well, we are serious about stopping all forms of hatred, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia.
The second one, MIT lady, chance to steal. And keep in mind, if you don't say yes, you're going to make me look good, which is really, really hard to do.
She went on to say, hate speech belongs in Congress. This is the fake Stefanik. Hate speech belongs in Congress, on Elon Musk's Twitter, in private dinners with my donors, and in public speeches with my husband, Donald Trump. They couldn't resist, to the point where even the ADLs, this is a left-wing group that hates right-wingers, came out and said this skit was atrocious, and other blowback against it too. SNL creator Lorne Michaels was born Jewish. I'm not sure whether he weighed in on this or not, but what did you make of it?
Well, first of all, it was insanely unfunny. I mean, it was absolutely laugh-free. And as you say, it would have been so much easier to go after the universities and the way they think, but they simply cannot do it. The monopoly of this thought in Hollywood is almost complete, and it's so complete that they don't even know how complete it is. Listen, I get calls all the time from people who can't get work simply because they're white at this point. You only have to turn on, Netflix to see that you can't see, for instance, a couple who is white in a drama. Every couple has to be mixed race. Every story has to involve race at some level. We're constantly being preached to in subtle ways through the things that they do. And as somebody who, as I said, am thrilled to live in a country that is multi-ethnic and brings us all together through a philosophy instead of through our races, I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But I don't want the people in Hollywood telling me what I have to think, what I have to see. Just let them do stories about the world the way it is, and that would be fine with me. The blacklist out there is real. The people who disagree with this point of view cannot get work. Even the slightest thought that a man can't become a woman is enough to render you unemployable. And it's a sin because it's a kind of a toxin that seeps into people's minds without their even knowing it, and it leads to fear. This is one of the things, when America was just getting started, when Tocqueville was talking about America, the thing that made Americans different than other people was not that they were equal in terms of the money that they made. It was that they were equal in that no matter how much money they made, they weren't afraid to express their opinions. This is what Tocqueville wrote after he came and visited America. It was amazing to him that the underclasses were just as valuable and free in addressing their opinions as the upper class. It was nobody was going to be quiet if he was an American. That was your right, and your opinion mattered. The left has now managed to shroud this country in fear. It's pitiful. I mean, for someone who has seen better days than these, it is absolutely pitiful to see Americans trembling in their shoes when they're asked questions like, what is a woman? Or, is it wrong to call for the extermination of the Jews? Or is it possible that there's too much violence in the Islamist community? These are things that are facts, that are provable, that are statistic-based, and people are afraid to open their mouths and say them because they have created this culture of fear, and because, frankly, we on the right have not created a counterculture of courage, but instead have lived too long bowing to the moral standards of people who believe that you can kill babies 5 minutes before they're born. This is a serious cultural failure of the right. The people in Hollywood, and I work with them, I know them, they live for love. Actors, even writers, all kinds of artists, they're trying to win your love. They will do a lot of things for no money whatsoever if they think it will win them applause and status and a place to belong. That's who artists are in so many ways. The right has given them no place like that. It's given them no place where they can get good reviews. It's given them no place where they can win awards. It's given them no place where they can create and be lauded. We are so ready to condemn artists for the fact that artists are a little crazy that we don't actually welcome the things that they make. And so the left has taken over the arts completely. And the arts are they're like a toxin that has gotten into the blood of people and has caused them to be afraid. It is pitiful. It is pitiful to see Americans who were known for at least 150 years of our history as being fearless in the expression of our opinions, no matter what rank we held in the social scale. It is pitiful to see those people shivering in fear of expressing what in fact is the truth, that men can't become women, that there are differences in racial neighborhoods, that there are problems with crime, that people who commit crime should be put away no matter what color they are. These are the things that we're afraid to talk about and afraid to say because they have taken over the culture. And the fact that the people at SNL, at Saturday Night Live, could not come out and make jokes about the blindness of the Ivy League and the deafness of the Ivy League when they hear cries for the extermination of the Jews is just part of that. It's just the edge of the wedge. It's just the tip of the iceberg of the depth of the fear that is now everywhere in our culture. And it's up to us on the right to fight back against it. It's up to us on the right to create a world in which culture can be and art can be created that speaks back into that fear. And we haven't done it.
I've got big news from Bonner Wines. This is only for true adventure seekers who are looking for more in their wine drinking experience than your grocery store big box wines. The Bonner Private Wine Partnership is releasing a wine so rare, it sells out practically every time it's been available. They invite you to come on an extraordinary journey to a remote vineyard where a never-before imported gem has wine enthusiasts everywhere raving. Picture this. Ready? Altitudes of up to 9,000 feet. Grapes up there defy nature's harshest challenges, thriving in poor soil, enduring extreme UV rays, and facing a thin atmosphere and volatile temperature swings. How can this be? How does the wine survive in this climate? Well, it does. The result of all this is a one-of-a-kind extreme altitude Malbec. Now, I have arranged special access for my listeners to get a bottle of this rare wine. Here's how you do it. Go to BonnerPrivateWines.com, BONNER/MK, and become a member of the Bonner Private Wine Partnership. But act fast because you don't want to miss your chance. BonnerPrivateWines.com/MK. Go there now for wine at 50% off plus free shipping. BonnerPrivateWines.com/MK today to get your wine delivered directly to your doorstep. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.